Podcast 93. Chris is sick again.
I ain't sick.
All
Who's
right,
sick?
good.
Sick of Dave.
Pot, 8 episodes in a row. We start out with Chris is sick. This is the last one.
Hopefully it's the last draw.
All right. So today, first of all, are you hunting Saturday?
Ooh, the season's upon us.
Are you are,
Yeah, I'm hunting.
you're hunting Saturday?
Yeah, I'm
Where are
gonna
you
try.
going?
I'm gonna try two different spots. So yeah,
Public?
I'm gonna
All
hunt.
public.
I'm gonna hunt right here.
Oh, okay.
It is my tradition. The first morning, first day, every year, I go below the house here.
Them PA guys and tradition. Everything's
hmm
tradition.
Yep,
Daggone PA guys.
yep. I'm gonna hit that in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I usually sit down there till about 10, and then I usually walk up back up to the house and get a big lunch, and
Take a nap.
maybe if I need it, and I'll be back in a stand. I'll probably go across the road to destination plots the first night. I don't get real excited the first week. I don't know. How do you feel?
Well, here it starts so early in September. I used to get really excited when I was younger, but
Yeah.
now it seems like every September 7th or whatever the season starts there, it's like 90 degrees outside.
hmm
And I hate that, but I also do it because I like that chance of a velvet buck.
Right. And I go out thinking the element of surprise. These bucks are starting to daylight a little bit, and eat before dark and things. And there's that, like you said, there's that chance. Like last year, for instance, I passed up one of my shooter bucks the very first night I was over there in that stand because he was low on the hit list.
You talking about a salad fork?
No, there was a big eight that came under me,
The one the
and
girl shot.
no, different one. That's what I'm saying. This one was low on the scale, so I passed it thinking I was going to get a chance at the bigger ones, you
Hmm.
know. And if it came down to it, I would have shot this thing closer near the end of the season if I had a chance because my other bucks got wiped out evidently. And yeah, there is that first week element of surprise that could definitely pay off.
Well,
So I don't know what I'll do this year. If there's a couple over there that are pretty decent. Maybe I'll just whack one the first day. Who knows?
yeah. Well, I'm gonna hunt Saturday, all day. I'm not gonna hunt the farm in PA. I'm just gonna hunt some public land here. But
Mhm.
I have a public land spot that's starting to heat up with
Mhm.
bucks, and I found this spot last year, and it did it. It's actually kind of early compared to last year from when I started seeing like daylight, like decent decent bucks. But um, I saw a few yesterday in the spot, a couple daylight bucks, but today was nothing. No on that camera was no action. So I'm waiting toward the end of October to like hit that spot. Once I start seeing consistent
Yeah.
daylight, then I'll go in. But I have a few other spots, that's kind of away from that area, about 300 yards that I'm gonna try Saturday.
Mhm.
See what happens. I won't hunt the farm until maybe toward the end of October,
Mhm.
early November. I save that for the unless I start seeing like a really good, you know, uh, buck coming in.
Yeah.
I let that place rest, I let it go, let them feel safe in there, and then I just wait for the perfect opportunity to attack, sneak
Yeah.
attack.
Yeah. I won't hit the mountain for a week or two,
Mm,
and some of that reasoning is because there's a rental cabin uh, in the area, and people are still trying to use it. Because right now's fall foliage peak. And people are visiting on weekends and things still, and out sightseeing and causing my October law, making people hiking and fooling around the woods still, making it hard on me to hunt. So
Did you just crack your elbows?
I did. I did. They're stiff. Oh, felt
This
good
guy.
too. Yeah.
Um,
So
so
today,
yeah, so
let's get to
t-
today's topic.
today is Chris is going to explain why he's weak. He's
You're sick.
he's going to explain why he's weak and old.
You're sick.
All right. So the real topic is Chris is going to explain why he's too short and needs a step stool.
Oh my. This is getting worse.
It's pick on Chris Day.
People
And
already tuned off.
all right. Anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about um, camo pattern, what trees we like to hang our stands in, and the mystery solution that I found to stay warm. Be-
Concealment and comfortability. How about that?
yes, because years I suffered from coldness. I get freaking cold. Like I've always been that way, and I toughed it out. But now I'm like 2 years ago, I was like, you know what? I can't take this anymore. I'm freezing in the winter during a rut. During a rut, I'm like frozen. And I never really paid attention to like good camo. I just bought, regular stuff and it works 100%. Um, but I wanted to make the investment into good camo that, that would last me for whatever,
Yeah.
10 years, 20 years. So I made that investment over the past 2 years, and I mean, I spent probably, $3,000
Hmm.
on camo, but um, I can officially say now that I'm warm when I deer hunt. So, what when you hang your tree stands, because this is a problem, I feel like people, not everybody, but just making a general statement, when they hang their stand, they're silhouetted
Yeah.
and they're not paying attention to being hidden, especially when you're bow hunting. You're trying to get that 20-yard shot. You need to be concealed. It's not as important when you're rifle hunting because I mean you could be shooting 100, 150, 200 yards, whatever.
Hmm.
So, what trees do you like to hang in? If you get the perfect opportunity, what do you try to look for?
I predominantly seem to be around a lot of pines and
Hmm.
maple.
Maple.
So I maples are fairly straight trees. Um, and they branch out real nice and they provide good backdrops. So I have a lot of those to climb. Um, if I can't find that, obviously I'm trying to set up somewhere where there's a white oak, uh, a bunch of white oaks, and a lot of times I'll use a pine tree, a nice straight pine tree with a good backdrop, big green brow, behind me, especially early season, and then uh, I'll adjust my camo accordingly. If I have a good backdrop of pine, I have some camo that's got a lot of green in it, and I'll blend in that way. Some dark hues and some greens and things. Um, as we get further into the season and the leaves start to change colors, I have some other brands that are some lighter hues and things that have yellows and reds and things in them. The color of the leaves when they start to change real hard, and then
Say
when they
rhodod
drop.
say rhododendron 3 times.
No. So when the leaves drop, then you got a really dark canopy. I have some dark camo too now. So
Hmm.
I've got options. I've got lots of options. And unlike you, like you're saying, you went out and bought like brands of camo specifically that you wanted, and it's all matching stuff. For years I never had matching stuff.
I
I
never either.
just I just mismatched everything. I just found what I thought was going to be warm and I would
Hmm.
mix it and match it. And actually that's kind of probably good to a deer's eye anyhow. I mean, if you have some confusion going on there, you know, maybe they won't pick you out as easy. I don't know.
Yeah.
But uh yeah, it seems to be in my area maples and pine is what I like to set up in. Of course, if I can get a nice straight oak too, I don't mind climbing a nice straight oak.
Hmm.
But when they're coming to that tree to eat, it's kind of hard to shoot them. You know, usually it seems like you set up somewhere and they come in head on. And that's not what you
Hmm.
want. You want to be, you know, at a 90-degree angle to that tree they're headed for or something.
Right.
But yeah, that's what I kind of like. I kind of like a backdrop. If I don't have a good backdrop, I gotta go high. I get
Yeah.
up real high and try to stay out of that plane of sight. And
Yeah. I
and
remember.
if I've got to go high, I make it a really comfortable. I choose a very comfortable lock on to get on,
Mhm.
so that I don't move a lot when they're coming.
I remember. Whatever, 25 years ago. You remember the tree stand that came out? It was the tree lounge,
Oh yeah, the tree lounge.
like the
Yeah.
actual original tree lounge.
Mm-hmm. That thing looked
So
huge.
yes, and there was they had like I guess it would have been a VHS tape back then, but
Mm,
it was like a instructional vid.
promotional. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I
I've
had
had one. I think I had one too.
yep. So I watched that thing as a kid, like a lot, like over and over. And it was like I think it was like the husband and wife. They were on there, and they talked about height on hanging your tree stand.
Right.
And if I remember correctly, I could be totally wrong with this, but when a deer is on flat ground and it's looking straight ahead,
Mm-hmm.
it can't see past 20 feet. So when it's looking straight ahead, if you're at 20 feet or above, it can't see you. Now, obviously, if it tilts its head up, an inch or something like that, then yeah. But if a deer is walking, you know, and it's looking straight or head down, if you're at that 20 feet level, you can't see up that high.
All right.
So every time I hang a stand, I always go minimum 20 feet, max, whatever, 22, 23 feet,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. And I rarely ever get, spotted.
Right.
Um, but another key with that, which you just said, I think you said, is when I was a kid, I made a lot of mistakes with positioning my stand. So if you have a deer trail, you know you want to be offset of that trail. You want to
Right.
be it would be perpendicular to the trail. I see a lot of guys where they'll set they have a deer trail and their stand is right in the line of that deer trail. You want
Right.
to be off that trail 20 yards. That way, when they're walking, they're not looking straight at you. They're walking, you know.
Right.
So, um, that's a trick, a key with that. And like my farm now, I have a lot of beech trees, and those beech trees hold them leaves virtually all winter long. So I have a stand in a beech tree now. Man, you get in that thing during the rut, and
Mm-hmm.
those leaves on that thing are still holding, and you could do whatever you want and not be seen. And
Yeah, that's
you know,
nice.
yep. The other thing is, like you said, pine trees. Remember the lucky stand at the old farm?
Oh yeah.
We literally cut those branches. We cut like a hole,
Cut a window.
a window out in these branches, and we climb. I mean, halfway up, we're literally climbing on the actual branches.
Mm-hmm.
We had a couple sticks, but then you climb up the branches and then you step into the trees, the stands, and we had a window cut out. You could do jumping jacks up there and not be seen.
And it was comfortable too. I mean,
Oh, it was comfortable. It was amazing.
it was a nice
Um,
setup.
yeah. So I mean, that's kind of what I look for now is
And that
beach
was
trees.
funny. That was funny when we went there for the first couple of times, and we was walking those field edges and things, and I looked over there and I said, "Yeah, it looks like a good place to set up." And you stopped me like mid sentence and like, "That's exactly what I was thinking." You know,
Hmm.
I mean, it just looked prime,
Yeah. When
of
I
their
started
standing.
when I started making YouTube videos, well, I guess it'd be a couple years after that. But anyway, when I took it serious, when I got into serious making YouTube videos, you can go back on my videos, 700 and some videos ago, and I have a tour of the farm. And I was like, look, I'm gonna start recording my hunting adventures, this, that, and the other. I'm walking through that field, and I pointed to that tree. I said, that stand right there, I'm gonna put a stand in that tree. I'm gonna call it the lucky stand, and it's gonna be the best hunting spot on this farm. And it
Hmm.
was. It was amazing.
Yeah,
But yeah, sometimes you just get that feeling, you know, like you said, you saw it too when we were walking there. You're like, that's a good spot. I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, that's the same thing I was thinking. Sometimes you just get that, feeling. It's something just looks like a good spot,
right.
and you pick it out, right away.
Hmm. So, I getting back to camo stuff. I mixed and matched. Some of the stuff was Kmart, Walmart stuff, from the past. Some stuff I picked up at hunting shows and things, mixed and matched.
Hmm.
Uh, Sweaters, hoodies, whatever I could layer up, that I felt comfortable in. And in the last 2 years, I started picking up some other clothing that was matching,
Hmm.
whole suits and things, flannel lined, Berber lined stuff. Um, my warmest coat I ever bought was a real tree coat that came from Walmart. That
I
was
think I
30.
had one of them.
It was
Yeah.
$30.
Yeah.
That's the warmest coat I've ever owned
Yep. Had the
for
two
hunting.
pockets on the front.
Yep, two pockets and it has a
Yep.
hood.
Yes, I had the same one.
And I love that coat. Love it, love it.
I don't have it
Um,
anymore.
I when it gets cold out, I put on that coat. Of course, now I have the heated vest and stuff, too. But I mean, there's along the year, over the years, you pick up so much stuff and you mix and match. But
Hmm.
why don't you tell everybody your cold story and what you picked up, camo wise, that's helped you,
So
or any tips or tricks that you've had. Like I said, with of course, the heated vest and things. But
so I froze. I used to wear um the polypropylene
yep.
uh base layers, to try to wick the sweat away. I
Hmm.
guess I don't know. It never really worked for me. I used to wear the real thin polypropylene socks and then pull your regular sock over top of that. It's supposed to wick
Remember,
away the
remember the ones with the silver threads in it?
yeah.
Supposed to
Yep.
reflect the heat back, and
Yep.
they
Yep.
just made my legs itchy.
Yes.
That's all
So
it did.
I tried all that. And my feet still get cold, but I'll get to that in a second, what I did with that. But um I basically was like you, for 23 years I had mixed match clothing and I toughed it out. So I made the investment into First Light clothing. It's very expensive, but I just said screw it. I didn't buy everything at once. I spaced it out, but
Right.
um this has zero promotion for First Light. I have no affiliation with them whatsoever. I paid for all my clothing. Um but they have this base layer, and it's, I guess, it's merino wool,
Mm,
and it's called the furnace.
mm.
So when it gets really cold, I wear the furnace pants and the furnace top, which is a base layer. And then um, I put another jacket over that, or shirt over that, and then the heated vest. You stole my thunder there again. But that heated vest, and then I wear I think it's the Sanctuary 2.0 jacket and bibs with the heated vest, and I burn up.
Oh, the
Like,
bibs. You gotta have bibs with a
you
vest. That is
you
great
you gotta
combo.
have bibs. Those bibs come up with that
Yep.
extra layer
Yep.
up to your nipples, and
Hmm.
you throw a heated vest and a jacket.
Oh yeah.
That solved all of my problems. But
Yep.
I had bibs in the past. I've
Hmm.
had bibs and I've had vests, and and I was still cold.
Huh.
But this Sanctuary, I think it's called Sanctuary 2.0, with this heated vest, I
Hmm.
burn up. And then I bought I hate gloves. You
I
like
do
cover
too. I don't.
like covering my full fingers, so I wear cut off gloves.
Me too.
And then I use two heated hand warmers
Hmm.
into a hand muff. I
Muff.
wear
Yeah.
the whatever the tube, whatever it is, hand tube.
Hmm.
So I wear all that, and I am toasty. I
Hmm.
mean, I can sit out there. I got the sanctuary, I guess, or the furnace hoodie or hat, or that with a gator around my neck,
Hmm.
um, and I'm good. Now, sock wise, feet wise, my feet always get cold. I don't know how if you're the same way, but um, I invested in uh, they're called Darn Tough socks.
Hmm.
They have a couple different like weighted socks, midweight, heavyweight, whatever. But I wear the thin pair, and then I throw the heavy pair over darn tough socks, and then I wear rubber boots. You know, they're 1,600 gram rubber boots. They still get cold, but it's nowhere near what
Yeah.
it used to be. And I've invested into I'm up to 4 pairs of heated socks and insoles.
Mm.
I've bought 4 different things of that, and every one is junk.
Huh.
I cannot find a good pair.
Hmm.
Um, so if anybody's listening and they have like a legit experience with heated socks or insoles, please share it with us because I'm still interested in that. But I bought 4 pairs and they're junk,
Huh.
literally junk.
I'm
So
I'm literally thinking. You remember the old boot covers or whatever you
yes,
used to put them thing? I'm literally thinking about either getting a set of them or some really big worn out tube socks or something,
yeah.
and stretch that over top of my boot and put hand warmers then in there and let that
So
heat up.
I've done that too. I've done the hand warmer thing and everything, and they don't work because there's no airflow.
Yeah,
They
that's
just don't heat up.
I tried those insoles that you it's like a hand warmer and you put them
Yeah,
down in your boot. But
I've
yeah,
tried that.
yeah, that's exactly what happens. You cut the oxygen off from them and they quit working.
Yeah, yeah. I've
It-
tried all that stuff.
you know,
We
but
What was that brand that I told you about that I was talking to the guy? They were supposed to send it
Volt,
um bolts.
Volt.
I don't think I bought that brand yet. Um, so maybe I'll buy them and try that. Not sure yet, but it's just one of them things. I mean, people, does your feet get cold? Do you get cold feet?
My toes end up getting cold. Yes.
Like
Um.
bad?
Well, at some points, yes, and primarily because my feet are sweaty. I work up
So
a sweat getting in.
when we went
So
sick of deer hunting,
I started carrying spares.
yes. So if I have a long walk in, I take spares with me. So I'll put a pair on, like a cheap pair, or
Yep.
thin pair or whatever. I'll walk to the stand. When I get in that tree or at the bottom of the tree, I literally change my socks to a dry pair of socks.
Yes.
That has helped, especially if you're wearing rubber boots.
Yes.
That has helped tremendously.
Hmm.
Did you do that during Sycamore?
I didn't do it for Sika, but I've done it I did it last year going into some of my stands because that one stand I walked to is over a mile.
Now, do you change it at the base of the tree or do you do it up in the tree?
No, I do it at the base because I'm old. I can't bend.
Hmm.
And my stands aren't big. So, especially that far, I have to carry it in a mile. So, I usually take a real lightweight stand back there and it's a little platform. It's not a whole lot of room to move around on it.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I do everything at the base and then I climb up.
Yeah, that's what I do. I
But isn't
tried
it
to.
funny how you don't sweat on the way out?
I know.
Isn't that
I know.
weird?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a psychological thing or what. The
Yeah.
anticipation of the hunt or something, or thinking you got to get in there, you got to get in there, and but on the way out, dry as a bone.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't sweat hardly at all coming out.
Well, it's also cooler.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, so let me just say,
What do you wanna say?
I did have I did have a company send me a midweight suit.
Mhm.
It came with pants, coat, uh, a whole hood. What should he call it? I don't know what you call it. It looks like a ninja mask. You can fold the hat down and just wear it as a face shield, or you can fold it up and just
Oh,
have your eyes exposed.
yeah, I got one too. I think it
What do
would
you call it?
it's
Balaclava or something like that?
oh, what?
A balaclava?
I've never heard of that, I don't know.
Looks it's something like that. But yeah, came with that.
They work.
The hood zips off and everything, but it's flannel lined or fleece. I guess I should call it fleece. It's fleece lined, and I do like the suit, but I imagine I wore it in spring turkey this year, and I mean it worked out pretty good. But spring turkey's usually, you know 50, 60 degrees. So I'm imagining when it gets down in the 40s, I'm probably going to need something underneath this, or bump
Mhm.
up to my bibs or something. But that company sent me that. Um, I bought some Huntworth stuff in the past. I like their stuff. Um, but same token, it's only going to be good down to, you know 50 degrees and above probably. Uh, what else did I get? I got mossy oak, the old bottomland style. You know how all these bow companies are coming out with the old mossy oak uh, paint scheme and stuff on their
Mhm.
bows now. Well, I bought a whole suit of mossy oak that has that Berber fleece in it, that real thick piling. I got that for this year. I'm anxious to see what that, if there's any difference between that and the fleece. I want to compare that. So those are three complete suits right there. Um, that I have different camo patterns. Um, I wear a lot of real tree and mossy oak stuff too.
Mhm.
You know, uh, I'm trying to think of some of the other names. I've ordered some stuff in the past.
You know you need to order?
Hmm.
You need to get some darn tough socks.
Yeah.
It's a lifetime warranty.
Doesn't Tractor Supply have them?
No,
No.
I think it's online only. But
The
they're
local working man store here in town has them.
oh, okay. Yeah, they got a lifetime warranty.
Huh.
Literally a lifetime warranty.
What are they made of? Do you know?
Mm, I don't know.
Are they
But
merino?
they sell like regular socks for like hiking, and then they got a thin pair like
Hmm.
over the calf socks, and then a heavyweight. I bought a lot of their socks because they had couple, I think last year or the year before they had like buy one get one free or something like that. So I just said screw it and bought a lot of them. But I have pairs I use just for hiking and stuff.
Hmm.
So
Have to
um
check them out.
yeah, check them out. Lifetime
See,
warranty.
I did a little something different last year too, if you recall. Um, I remember I bought that pair of hiking boots, waterproof hiking boots,
Hmm.
just look like high tops. I bought them last year, and my feet weren't sweating as much as they were in a rubber boot. So my feet stayed drier, which in turn kept my feet warm.
Hmm.
Um, I, 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 I'm having a hard time finding a rubber boot that doesn't split and crack after 2 seasons.
So the only pairs that I found that doesn't do that are lacrosse.
Hmm.
So I've went through muck boots. I went through mm, the brand you have.
Yes.
What brand is that?
That's comes from Dunham's.
Yeah, I've had that. I've had everything.
Can't think of what they're called.
I'm on Alpha something rubber boot. It's made by Lacrosse.
Hmm.
No splitting, most comfortable rubber boot I've ever had.
Huh. See, now I will say that I had a pair of muck boots for like 14 years before they split, and they were good to me.
Every pair I've had, I get a year out of them.
See, those ones I buy at Dunham's, I one season they're stressed.
Hmm.
The second season they split.
Gotcha.
Now I bought these ones last year, and I noticed they're split right now. Now I did wear them. I've been wearing them, checking trail cameras and stuff Saturday mornings out in the real wet, dewy
Hmm.
grasses and stuff. And I'm not, my feet aren't getting wet through the crack. So I don't know how that's not happening, but they're visibly split and my feet aren't getting wet. So
I even went.
maybe I'll get through this season with them.
Yep. I even went and bought that other brand. Um, I think it was somebody that worked at Muck, and then they ended up starting their own company. I think it's called. Is it Hot Shot? Um,
Dry shods.
Dry Shod. I ended up buying Dry Shod boots. They lasted 10 months.
Yeah.
Split. Feet were leaking. Yeah. So, but the
Stuff.
lacrosse ones have been they've been good. So
Hmm.
I'll stick to them for a while.
Yeah. Um, well, the thing is, those Dunham boots I kept buying, they're 70 or 80 bucks,
Hmm.
and they last me 2 seasons. That's ridiculous. I might as well spend another 40 and get some lacrosses or something.
That's how much these were. They were one. They were like 120.
Yeah.
I've had them for quite a few years now.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have to try them. But yeah, we was kind of talking before we got on here tonight and thinking, wonder what these guys are using in their hunts and how they're hanging their stands and things. And we was saying, do you even need fancy camo other than keeping warm and dry? If you can keep warm and dry and you don't even need camo. Look at all the Fred Bear and Dan Fitzgeralds and Roger Raglins out there that was hunting around in flannels, and you know it's kind of funny to look back and see how rustic and you know how they killed monster animals and they never had camo.
Well,
you know
here's the fact. All of us hunters now, not well, I don't know all of us, but we're we're what's the word for it?
Spoiled.
Yeah. I mean, we're buying all this stuff,
Yeah.
gadgets and camo and all this fancy name. Like, you don't need that.
No.
We're all of us are wrapped up in this thing in the hunting world with fancy this, fancy that. I mean, dude, back in the day, I had what the loggy bayou tree stands where
Yeah.
it was just a platform and you had to bear hug the tree and pull yourself
Yep.
up the tree. I mean, I had all that. Now I got a freaking $700 tree stand that I use or $600, whatever it is, because I wanted something light. And
Lightweight.
but
Yeah.
that stand will last me forever. You
Mhm.
know, with the sticks and stuff, I'm $900 deep into a freaking tree stand.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous. Why? I mean, why did I even do that? I'm gonna kill you for talking me into it. But um, it's crazy. Like, you don't need any of that stuff. You
No.
know, it's just I don't know. It is what it is.
Like I said, I always mixed and matched everything, and I
Same
figured
thing.
that difference, would kind of help break you up too. That the different look,
Hmm.
and
I I did the same thing.
I
I Walmart, whatever's on sale, I bought. I just got fed up to a point where I was tired of being cold.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Yeah, I don't know. Like you said, I didn't necessarily do it to be trendy looking because nobody sees me when I'm hunting anyhow, but uh there's just some stuff that's nice to have match. Because
Yeah.
I was mixing and matching, like I said. I bought a couple jackets, and I thought, wow, these jackets are nice. Maybe I'll buy the pants to match. Then,
Mhm.
well, now I got a complete suit, and I like the suit.
Yep.
That type of thing, and that's how it happened for me. Like I said, because I don't really care how I look. Um, but like I said, I'll be honest. When it gets darn cold, I go back to my Walmart Realtree stuff.
Mhm.
Those bibs that I wore all the time when you and I hunted together, those
Yep.
were real true Walmart bibs. They're waterproof. They were, um, I can't remember how much they were. It was like $50. The coat was $30 and it's got water repellency to it. I mean, after a couple hours, you'll start getting wet, but it's
Yeah.
got repellency to it, but it's the warmest coat I've got. You know, I've been throwing around the idea of getting a nice puffer though, too.
Puffer. I got a
Yeah.
puffer.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting a thin, lightweight puffer to put underneath as a layer,
Mhm.
but I don't know if I'll need it now that I have the heated vest.
That heated vest
You can't
is
beat it.
nice. It's nice.
Can't beat that.
Cheap.
Yeah, it was cheap. The batteries cost more than the vest.
Yeah. It works
But the
until
combination,
one day we catch on fire, but
well, I don't know about that.
you're gonna
I'm
be up in smoke.
one of the companies I've been dealing with. I'm trying to get a deal to get their heated pants.
Mm. You're gonna be on fire. You're
If
gonna be
I
in the
get
tree,
if
and
I get heated pants, bro, I'm not ever coming out of the woods.
you're gonna be smoking. You're gonna be on fire.
I'll I'll start setting up blinds and sleeping in them. I'll have heated vest, heated pants.
I mean, they do have a lot of heated. They got heated gloves,
Yeah.
hand warmers.
Well, I guess this company I might as well just say it. It's New View Hunting, a company that sent me that outfit.
Mm,
They have heated pants, heated vests, heated hand muff now they have.
that's what I meant to say. Yeah, hand
Yeah.
muff.
Yeah, they got a heated hand muff, which I kind of thought they might send me one, but I haven't seen one come in my mailbox yet. So, but they did just sent me a camera because my other camera, one of the latches broke.
Mm,
So, but they're pretty good to work with, that company.
nice.
And it's fortunate that I kind of got on with them right as they was taking off.
Mm.
So they sent me a bunch of stuff we could use. So that's
Pod,
enough rambling, huh?
podcast 93
Comment
wrapped
below.
up.
How do you keep warm? And what camo do you wear?
Yep.
And how's your
See.
tree set up?
Yeah. Later, Gator.
See you on the next one.
Later, Gator.
See you.
Later, peeps. Peep. Peep.